That to me signals that sellers are exhausted and the buyers are absorbing all the sell orders right here. And eventually we get a bottom formed right here, right? And we get an upside move, indicating to us that there are some big sellers right here. And with all of this buying, we couldn't push the price any higher. And we do get a reversal. We do get a downside move. All right, let's start. Today I'll be talking about why volume by time can be misleading and how to actually use it to trade reversals. So there is a thesis, a theory, an idea that if you see volume slowly going down over time as the price is grinding up, eventually that will lead to price reversing and going in the opposite direction, which is exactly what happens here. As the volume was going lower, the price was grinding higher, and eventually the market participants on the buy side ran out of ammo, buyers got exhausted, and we got a reversal. And then the other side of this theory is that as the volume is growing and price is grinding higher, we're likely to continue going higher and we're likely to have a breakout at the nearest resistance. But as you can see in these two examples right here, the volume was rising in both examples, the price was rising as well, and we still got a reversal in both scenarios, despite volume grinding higher along with the price going higher. And then another example is here. You see the volume is slowly increasing, price is increasing as well, but we do get a top and a reversal after that. Same here, you can see that the volume is rising and then the price is falling, but despite the rising volume, we still get a bottom and we still get a temporary reversal and then a sideways action without price continuing right away. And the general idea is that if you see price going up and volume is going up along with it, the move is likely to continue to the upside. As the price is going down and volume is increasing, price is likely to continue breaking through supports and continue going down further, and then vice versa. If the price is rising and volume is going down, then we are likely to get a reversal, since we can't be rising for long with a falling volume. And just like that, if the price is falling but the volume is falling as well, we're likely to get a reversal here. Now, I don't agree with this because I've seen countless times as the price is grinding higher, meanwhile the volume is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, but the price just continues grinding higher. And same with the price is rising, the volume is rising, but then price suddenly we just get a drop out of nowhere. And likewise, I've seen scenarios where price is falling, volume is falling, and price just continues falling. And then I've seen scenarios where price is falling and then volume is rising and then price suddenly shifts to the upside. Therefore, I don't think it's that black and white that if the price is moving with the volume increasing, then that move is true and likely to continue, as you can see in the examples that I have shown here. So instead of doing that, what I do is I look for small candles that have huge volume, such as this one right here, and then the volume pretty big for a candle like that, and then same here, relatively big volume compared to everything else here, right? But look at the candle, small body, a lot of indecision. So what happens is a lot of times scenarios like this and this signals a bottom, which is very useful for your mean reversion, for your reversals trading. It essentially means that there was a lot of buying, a lot of selling, overall market sell orders managed to overwhelm, but nonetheless, you have to take into account that the candle opened right here and then sellers tried to drive it all the way down to here and could not hold it here with all of this volume right here. And then eventually the candle closed almost where it opened. That to me signals that sellers are exhausted and the buyers are absorbing all the sell orders right here. Same with this one. Sellers are exhausted. They couldn't do much with all of this volume right here, which is a lot for after closing, for the after hours. And then in both scenarios, we get a reversal and we get a strong upside move from here. So always look for unusually small candles, sometimes with wicks as well, and then relatively big volume for those candles. That usually signals a reversal is coming. Same here, right? We have very, very small candle with relatively big volume. And that signals that there was a lot of selling. They managed to get all the way down to here. They managed to push the price all the way here to the end of this wick. And still, we closed much higher, creating a very, very, very small candle body with relatively big volume, signaling that the sellers are exhausted, that the buyers are absorbing all of their efforts. And eventually, we get a bottom formed right here, right? And we get an upside move. And then same idea here. You see this huge volume bar right here, but then a very small small candle, and that eventually leads to a top being formed, to a reversal, and we get a downside move from here. So what happened is that there was a lot of buying. Obviously there was a lot of selling as well, but there was a lot more buying, talking about market orders right here. And with all of that buying, buyers couldn't push price higher. They tried to go all the way here, the wick shows it, and then they still lost, and candle closed much lower, creating a small candle body, indicating that buyers are exhausted, that sellers absorbed the limit orders by sellers, absorbed everything here and here as well, pushing the price lower, indicating to us that there are some big sellers right here, and with all of this buying we couldn't push the price any higher, and we do get a reversal, we do get a downside move, and this is essentially a local top. So there you have it. This is how I use volume by time. I feel like this is the most reliable out of all the other ways of looking at volume by time. Obviously people will tell you that the asset cannot go much higher when the volume is falling, and then vice versa, it will go much higher if the volume is increasing. I do not find that to be the case. I don't think volume by time is as simple as just looking if it's increasing, if it's decreasing, rather looking at the context, looking at what happened with the price and what the volume was showing at that exact specific price point. Regarding future videos, I know this was a shorter video than usual. I am planning still on reviewing some trade breakdowns and sharing some of my trades and going over them in the future videos. If you like this video, please subscribe, please leave a comment and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.